Hi there, I'm Ryan Chan, CEO and founder of UpKeep. In today's video, we'll be discussing the aftermath of the COVID-19 global pandemic on our supply chains. We'll be looking at how the crisis affected just-in-time inventory manufacturing and the ripple effects it had on the economy. More importantly, we're going to explore how we can use reliability principles to future-proof our supply chains. So, stay tuned as we learn how to minimize the impact of unpredictable business disruptions. As we finally put the COVID-19 global pandemic behind us, it's crucial to examine what happened to our global supply chain over the last several years and how we can better prepare for the next unpredictable, yet inevitable, business disruption. History has a habit of repeating itself, and without a concerted effort to change our approach to the supply chain, we could see a repeat of what happened in 2020. Although it's impossible to predict and prepare for every situation, we can apply proven reliability principles to our supply chain to minimize the impact. Let's take a step back in time to the peak of just-in-time inventory and manufacturing, a system perfected by Toyota production plants. This system, where raw materials and parts would arrive just before they were needed, ideally reduced costs, improved quality, boosted customer satisfaction, and decreased the need to store and manage inventory. Many companies followed suit to reduce their inventory carrying costs, which often total as much as 20 to 30% of the total inventory value. This system had the potential to help manufacturers meet the never-ending demand for lower prices while still achieving profit goals. But then, the COVID-19 global pandemic hit in 2020, causing major demand shifts for products. The skyrocketing increase in demand for products such as toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and groceries was coupled with a sudden drop in demand for things like large quantity wholesale food. This shift in demand, along with halted import and export channels and hoarding behavior, exacerbated the supply chain problems. In response, the government pumped more money into the economy. This increased demand further and shifted the mentality of manufacturers from just-in-time to just-in-case principles. Businesses began buying raw materials and stockpiling inventory in hopes of meeting customer demand. This resulted in issues like the used car market shortage in 2020 and 2021, where supply chain issues affecting the production of new vehicles shifted demand to the used car market, exhausting supply. Now, post-pandemic, we're on a dangerous path of simply returning to pre-pandemic behavior. Yes, we've acknowledged the lessons we should have learned and understand that supply chain disruptions can be devastating for manufacturers. But consumer demand for low-priced goods will continue, and the desire to reduce the costs of carrying inventory will be appealing to companies looking to maximize profits. So what's the solution? We need to apply reliability principles, which have been used to improve maintenance programs in manufacturing, to our supply chain. These principles, which include preserving system function, identifying how those functions are defeated, prioritizing failure modes, and selecting the most effective maintenance task to address those top failure modes. Balance risk and reward when it comes to equipment maintenance. Manufacturers need to look for their most likely failure modes within their supply chain by asking questions such as, how many suppliers produce certain raw materials or components? How critical are certain materials or parts to my manufacturing process? Which items are available domestically or only overseas? What current trade agreements may affect my supply? What is the likelihood of drastic demand shifts? Depending on the answers, companies may choose to carry more inventory of hard-to-procure components or critical parts, and fewer of those items that are in abundant supply and available from multiple vendors. It's important for someone in the organization to monitor the changing nature of the supply chain, the shifting of demand, the evolution of trade agreements, and new legislation. While the memories of the supply chain meltdown of 2020 are still fresh in our minds, let's make sure we not only learn our lesson in an abstract sense, but take the time to make some concrete changes in how we approach our supply chain. We don't know what the next major business disruption will entail, but we know it will happen. We need to guard against our highest supply chain risks, while not going overboard and incurring the expensive costs of stockpiling readily available materials. By taking a good look at the risk versus reward of our actions, we can help minimize future disruptions with a reasonable investment. And that wraps up our discussion for today. Thank you for joining us as we explored the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on our supply chains and the importance of applying reliability principles to future-proof them. Remember, we can learn from history to minimize the impact of unpredictable business disruptions. If you found this video valuable, Please subscribe to our channel for more insights. To learn more about our tools and resources for maintenance and reliability teams, visit us at upkeep.com. Until next time, keep learning and stay resilient.